Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm Justin.
I'm David.
And we're with Cattlemens Steakhouse.
We're here to teach you how to cook the best and the perfect steak.
And so if you went ahead and you missed our presentation, go ahead and stop by our restaurant, Cattlemens Steakhouse in Livermore, right off of 580. Take care.
You should use some audiobooks. That deep voice of yours.
I never thought of that before.
What's going on, y'all? How we doing today? Yeah, y'all enjoying the fair? Good, perfect. So welcome. My name is Justin. This is David. We are with Cattlemens Steakhouse right over there off of 580 in Livermore. You can't miss it. It's the same exit you take to go to Costco, and I know everyone in here goes to Costco. Maybe not for the big 100, count toilet paper, but maybe for the hot dogs and the chicken bakes, right? Probably more for me. So today we're gonna go ahead and teach you how to cook the best steak. Summertime, you're gonna be out there grilling. So today I thought we were gonna be outside with a big old barbecue. I do a little bit more like a manly or a womanly kind of grilling. So we're gonna audible. We're gonna go ahead, if you don't have a barbecue, maybe you live in an apartment and you don't have a barbecue. So we're gonna go ahead and show you how to audible and do it just in some pans. It's gonna be exciting, right? Yeah. And if it's not, you need to deal with me, so that'll be cool. So here's what I need. I need 2 volunteers, please. 2 volunteers. Oh, don't be shy. Y'all weren't shy outside. Okay, come on up. Awesome. And one more. Perfect. Come on up. All right. Can I get your name? Aiden? We got Aiden and Janice. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Awesome. I want you guys to do that. Beautiful. So come on up. Yeah, come on up. Watch your step.
All right. Aiden? How old are you, Aiden? 11 years old. All right. You're going to learn how to cook a perfect steak? Cook steaks at home? All right. Well, you're going to cook some steaks and then you can cook dinner for your parents from now on. All right. So, how you doing?
Hi, okay.
Your name?
Janice.
Janice. All right. You cook steaks at home?
I do.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. If we can have Aiden come on over here with the cast iron, we'll have Janice on that pan there.
So what we're going to do first, we're going to have Aiden and Janice wash their hands.
Thank you.
That's good. So while they're washing their hands, let me go ahead and tell you kind of prepping what you want to do. So there's 2 things you want to prep when you are cooking your best steak. Number 1 is the grill or your pan, and number 2 is the steak. So with the grill or your pan, you want to make sure that it's screaming hot before you go ahead and drop it in. Why is that? Get a good sear, get a good caramelization, really kind of pack that flavor in right away. So that's what it is. So depending on your barbecue or the grill, it's going to take anywhere about 5 to 10 minutes. You want it to be around 500 degrees. You want it to be literally screaming at you. Put some steak on me! The second thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and prep your steaks. So what we like to do is actually get your steaks and actually pull them out, season them about an hour before you're going to put them on, let them get as close to room temperature as possible. That way it's going to cook more evenly through the steaks. A lot of times when they're really cold, on the outside they look good, and you cut into it and it's still mooing. Now, I like them mooing, but not everybody does. So this way it allows more even cook for you. So we got the pans ready, so let's go ahead and drop some steaks in.
All right, so we're going to drop some steaks. So the first thing we need to do is you go in there and you grab your steak. Grab your steak like this, don't be shy. We want to always put the seasoned side down first. It's going to give you that good caramelization, and it's going to give you a good color for the first flip. All right, so go in there, grab it. Seasoned side down first. There you go.
Oh!
There you go.
As you can hear, it sounds like this.
Nice. So you want to drop the steak, you don't want to press it down, because if you're looking for a medium rare to a medium, you want it just to sit there and sizzle. You hear that sound? We usually work on open flame grills. So on an open flame grill, you really got to watch how far you reach on the grill for one. The hot spot is always towards the back of the grill, the middle to the back. So if you think about cooking a steak, you say medium, medium rare to rare. All right.
So you ultimately, that was our tip for today.
So So each side, we usually have a timer. We're just gonna go by each side. You let it sizzle. You can do other things around your kitchen while you're cooking your steak. You have 3 to 4 minutes to flip with each turn. So
And how many turns, David?
I suggest 4 turns. If you think 4 turns, you have the first flip, which you'll get a grill mark. The second flip you flip over, it's going to grill mark the other side. Your third flip is going to be your presentation that you're going to see on the plate. So that third flip, that first and third flip, is your presentation that you see on the plate. The fourth flip is you're just waiting for it to be served. All right. Let's look at that. I'm going to pick that up a little bit. Nice little grill mark going on there. Got some sear on the bottom of that. That's good. Okay, so let's go for our first flip. On Aiden's first flip, what you want to do is you want to flip it, and you want to come crossways, parallel to how you laid it the first time. Take it, boom, nice.
Oh man, you're a pro. Hey, do you need a job?
Nice. Same thing with
You
you.
do. Let us know.
Boom. You know, flip it that way.
Oh man, I wish you guys could see this.
So basically, what you're trying to get is you're trying to get those marks to where you either checker. Some places go squares. Some people go checkers, and some go diamonds. So that's where you'll see the opposite of some steakhouses. We go squares. Some steakhouses go checkers. You'll see diamonds. So that means you gotta let them cross.
So I have a question while we're letting these cook on this side for about 2 to 3 minutes. Who can tell me the best cut of meat or the best cut of steak? Go ahead and shout it out. We got ribeye, we got New York, we got filet. You guys want to know what the answer is? Y'all are correct. That's a little trick. And here's why. Steak is like wine. Some people like red wine, some people like white, some like rosé, some don't like wine at all, and they want beer, or they want a cocktail, right? Or water. Thank you. All right, there we go. Especially when it's hot. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. So what you want to do is, if you don't know what kind of steak you really enjoy, get different kinds of cuts of meat and try them out. Some people don't like fillets because they say steak that has a texture like cat food. Because it's really fine. I love filet. I don't like New York. I heard some New York. Where are my New York people at? See, they like New York. It's a tougher cut of steak. It's got that one strip of fat right on the outside to provide some flavor. I like a ribeye because I like my steak meaty and fatty. Has a lot of marbling and a lot of flavor there. So there's no right or wrong answer for the right kind of meat. So people say, oh, you like a sirloin? You're like, yeah, that's what I like.
So Aiden's gonna go for it. Third flip, boom.
Oh,
there it is.
look at that.
And if you can see with some of the lines, he has lines on that side. See him lining
Right
up?
That's the camera.
See him lining up? So the main thing you want to do is you don't want to char your steak. So you're going to find the correct temperature at home. If you're in an open grill, like I said, the hottest part of the grill is always the back side of the grill towards the middle. So if you don't want to burn it, let's go ahead. Boom, there it is. So you don't want to burn it. So you're safe with cooking from the middle of the grill down if you're looking for a medium to medium rare. If you're looking for a well done, you go to the back of the grill, get your char marks, and come forward.
Now there are, when you're getting a ribeye, right, there are steaks that have bones and steaks that don't, right? A bone-in ribeye or a boneless ribeye. Hey David, what are why should some people, what are the pros and cons to the different kinds of steaks, ones that have bone-in and ones that don't?
Well, the pros and cons, a bone-in steak is going to have more flavor. You're going to get more flavor from that bone. Towards the bone, it's going to be a little bit medium to medium rare. So some people cut away from the bone, but just leave the bone because it keeps that flavor. So we have what we call our bone-in cowboy. It's a bone-in ribeye, it's a 20-ounce cowboy, but what you're getting is the flavor from that bone. A boneless steak, they're more fast, they're easier to cook, but they don't have as much flavor as a bone-in.
I thought there was a lot more to that than that.
That's a lot more. Flip right there. Okay. So
I like it. Perfect.
It's not.
As a flip, boom, there it is. We'll go that way. He's about ready to have a medium rare to a medium. Go ahead and do your other flip.
Now, I'm not going to go over where you can find different cuts of steak because you can hop on Google and ask Siri. They have a picture and you can look at it. Again, the only way you're going to know what steak you like is actually by buying it and cooking it and actually frying it. Different flavors, different seasonings. Some people just like salt and pepper. I am a garlic, salt, and pepper, and I do one side just with smoked paprika. If you have never used smoked paprika, get some, drop that on your steak or your burger. It adds a little, almost like a bacon flavor to it, without actually adding the extra cholesterol that turns into the pounds, right? So, how are we doing?
Nice. We're looking real nice. Okay, one thing I gotta say, with cooking at home, if you're cooking on a stove top, what happens most of the time with your steak is the flavor and the juices is seared in the inside. So when you cook it on each side, it's gonna sear. Sometimes you're gonna see that rare to medium rare outside. You just basically put it on there so it actually sears everything in. For thicker steaks, for thicker steaks, you're gonna get a medium rare to medium. If you're cooking at home, you're not gonna get a well done steak in the same amount of time because it's a thick cut. So at Cattlemens, what we do is we pick cuts. We separate them. A cut that's really thin, a cut that's really thin will be a well to medium well. A cut that's thicker will be a medium to medium rare.
Perfect.
We're looking good. We're looking good.
So while we're waiting for the last split, and then we're going to take them off. We're going to let them rest a little bit. Dave's going to talk about that. I want to tell you a little bit about Cattlemens Steakhouse. Who here has been to Cattlemens Steakhouse out in Livermore? All right, perfect. So what are we known for? Why do you come? A lot of people say the bread. Come on. Bread, right? You're laughing, but you like the bread, right? You like it? Okay, so besides our Western hospitality and our huge portions, if you come and you're still hungry when you leave, you come talk to David. He's the GM. He'll be there almost every night, and he will buy you another dinner.
I will. Hold me to it.
We challenge you to that, okay? Because you will not leave hungry, we promise. Me and my wife, we just had our 7th wedding anniversary. I should have got that on social media. I would have got points from my wife. But I took her to Winty, and I'll tell you what, I love Winty. It's great. But we ate, we spent a ton of money, and I was still hungry. So we went and got Jack in the Box tacos after. It was like, oh man, right? It's just kind of one of those things. So I love Winty. Go there. It's beautiful. We go there every year on our anniversary. We know what we're walking into. Cattlemens, obviously, we're going to have those that size for you.
And I will be looking for your application in a couple of weeks.
All right, yours looks a lot better than mine because it has a real
Right. But it's a good thing that we have these two pans here because you get to see the difference of the steak and you get to see the look of the steak. So we're about done. We're about a medium rare to medium. That's what a lot of our guests like, medium rare to medium. If you're a well done guest, of course you want to cook it a little longer in thinner steaks. About ready.
You take them off.
About ready. Yeah.
Cool. So David, so you're going to take them off. So when you take them off, you take them off and cut them right away?
No, when you take them off, you want to let them sit for a minute so that flavor and the juices can actually just bubblate in the inside. And you can be doing other things like setting your plates and setting your sides for your plates down. If there's mashed potatoes, baked potato, or things like that. You want them to sit because if you cut them right away, everything's going to split out. You want the flavor to stay inside.
Also, another thing to remember is when you take your steak off, it's going to continue to cook. So a lot of times people, they get it and they're like, oh, this is perfect, it feels right, or they'll even take a knife and they'll kind of cut into their steak when it's on the grill. I see some of you shit nodding because like, that's me, right? And you're like, oh, it's perfect. You take it off, and then it continues to cook, and then you wonder why when you cut it in, it's medium well or well done when you want it medium rare. Because even though it comes off the heat, it is still hot, and it is still going to cook. So it is always better to have a steak that is undercooked than overcooked. Why? Because you can throw it back on the grill, or even if you wanted to, like my father-in-law likes it well done. I don't cook anything in my house over medium. So he throws it in the microwave for 45 seconds. That's my father-in-law, not my father or myself. So he's got his thing, he'll do it. So,
All right. So, cutting.
We got knives right here.
All right. So, when cutting the steak, there's not actually a certain knife you need to use.
Then why are you looking at all of them?
You know what? I'm trying to find
You want a serrated one?
You know, something that's closer to what you use at home. And we get handy with the phone, so what we want you to do is you can cut right down the lines and right across the line. It's going to be perfect cut for you. So go ahead, grab your phone. Hold it in this hand. Are you right-handed? You right-handed? Okay. So hold your tongue in the left hand. Take your knife. Then you just cut right along. That will help you. You just cut right along the line.
Come on, put some muscle in there. There you go.
Go in there like this and cut right along the line. The sirloin is a little tougher.
We need these knives sharpened.
Alicia,
Sirloin is a little tougher.
I'll put it in order.
So you cut them through.
Oh my.
See that? The medium rare. And you always, when you're cutting on a grill, you can always put it back on the grill. At some places, if you go to any teppanyaki places, they actually cut them up, and then they actually dice them. That's what you're getting here. Because you're getting everything seared in, and they dice it up, and they set it on there, and the flavor stays in. Okay? So just go kind of like that. Show you some muscle. There you go.
There you go. Very nice.
Nice.
There you go, Aiden.
Very nice. All right. So we're going to cut these up for a couple of positions. Just the toothpick one.
So while he's cutting up these guys, do you guys have any questions? Any questions about steaks or seasonings or, yes?
No, on a good non-stick pan, this is cooked on a non-stick pan, and it didn't burn, and you didn't have to put any kind of oil or grease on it. When we cook on our regular grills, we do not oil them. We do not grease it before we cook.
Because the other thing is, if you do put oil in a pan, it can catch on fire. And a lot of times we like to be very generous with our oil, and it gets hot, and the mixture with the seasoning and the juices and the flame, and it can definitely catch up on you. So, yes.
I've heard it said that salt can be ahead of time to make it tough. Is that an old wives' tale?
Okay, you know what? With that, what you want to do, in theory, you would think that, but what we do is we salt one side. So if you tenderize it right, hold on, do the first bit. If you tenderize it right, making it tougher is not going to be that problem. We salt one side, which we call it our secret salt. So in our secret salt, we salt only one side. So if you get a steak that's really, really heavily salted, it's because you're salting both sides. And you can go pepper, you can go regular salt, pepper, granulated garlic, whatever your flavor is. But I would suggest you get your seasoning, have a plate or have a bowl, take your steak and just go one side. Boom, done. So where you're not sprinkling both sides. Heavily salted takes away from the flavor of the steak.
Yes.
You know what? There are some places that do that. We don't do that at all. If you're doing it at home, you can finish it off in the oven, but why finish it off in the oven when you can just have it finished off up top?
If it is a thicker fillet, because usually fillets, if you want to get a bigger fillet, it's going to be a lot thicker. You can do what's called butterfly. So you basically just take that fillet and you cut it in half. But you don't cut it all the way through. You don't make two separate steaks. You basically cut it until there's about maybe a half an inch still left that you haven't cut, and then you're able to flip it, turn it. Now it's a thinner steak, but it still is all connected as one. So a lot of times, if you go to a restaurant and you want a 10-ounce or 12-ounce fillet, if you want it well done and you don't want it burnt, ask for it butterfly. The only way they're going to be able to do it.
I like ribeye.
Well, I'll tell you, for me, I do both sides as well. The reason why at the restaurant that we do one side is because where we get our steaks from, is the other reason that we're known for. All of our steaks are delivered, and we hand cut every single steak on our premise. So at the restaurant every morning, we got a meat cutter there that's taking these big old roasts, and they're cutting them for that night. And so because of that, they're not pre-cut, they're not pre-frozen. We don't have to thaw them out. So a lot of times you need to add seasoning to both sides to get the flavor. We get all of ours from Harris Ranch. Anybody ever driven down to LA on 5? The place you turn your AC off and you plug up all the vents, right? I lived over there where I grew up. I think I might still have some of the smell on me. But yeah, so that's where we get all of our meat delivered. We get it all delivered, and then we hand cut it, and then we age our steaks. So some steaks, we cut them, and then we keep them refrigerated for a certain amount of days to allow them to age properly. I think Harris Ranch feeds their cattle, probably Lucky Charms, maybe some corn puffs.
The best.
No, to be honest, I don't know what they feed them. I just know that the end result, they're tasty. So whatever they're feeding them works for us. So I don't know if they're free range. I'm actually going down in October. They're going to take us on a big tour of the whole, because they just sold. They're coming to another company that's taken over. So yes. We actually, hey David, so you're in the back, so you would know. So she has a question. Do you have your steaks set out before we cook them?
What we do is we cut them on the premises, like he said. We prep them and do a count every day, and everything is fresh. So before we cook them, of course, yes, we do have them set out. We pick the medium wells to wells. We pick the medium rares to medium rares, and make sure everything is set up. So it's always best to have a preparation before.
So yeah, so if you're cooking at home, what we had mentioned earlier is you want to keep them out probably about an hour. Take it out of the fridge about an hour. Season it so again it's close to room temperature as possible without falling into the danger zone of temp. And if you leave it out for a long time, then you don't want to eat it at all. So about an hour, that's what I do, and I'm healthy, and nobody in my house is sick yet. So I think we're good. So awesome. Any other questions? No? Perfect. I have a gift for Aiden and for Nancy. Was it Janice. I knew there was an N and a C somewhere in there. I'm good with faces. I'm not good with names. That's why David's the GM. I'm not at the restaurant. So we have a gift card for each of you for coming up and for doing this. We're going to have a bunch of, look at that. You're going to show business, both of you. Then we have tastings. We also have coupons here. Now I know it says it expires, I think it's like 2/17. That's not 2017, that's 30/17. So you have 1,000 years to go.
Forever.
Or 100 years, not 1,000, 100 years.
Forever.
You have a long time. So yeah, so David is the GM, so I'm the only one that hands these out. So if you bring it to the restaurant, we will honor it. You'll be dealing with him. You're good to go. And so you'll be fine. We also have some 10% off VIP cards for all of you, which is fantastic. So before you all take off, we'll put the samples up here and I'll pass all those out for you. Well, thank you all so much for your time. We appreciate it. All have a wonderful day.
Give a round of applause to Aiden and Janice.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you go with the first set.
Yeah.
And nice.